Hey guys, layout update time. Well, I figured I'm going to be installing a few Tortoise machines over here on these turnouts because they're kind of in the cuppy hole here over by Anaheim and the Sanford & Son salvage, and you got to be able to switch these with without actually being able to reach over them from the yard on the other side here. So what I'm going to do is install two Tortoise machines. Now I've done my initial measurements here, and you can see I've taken the turnouts off, but there's my measurements, and that little dot in the center, I marked it with a black Sharpie right there. That's where I'm going to be drilling. I did that and did that for the other one also back there, but that track's in a way right there. So I'm going to get to drilling here, get the first hole in there. Alright, so just drilled out the first two holes there. That's where the wire is going to be coming through. And just got to get it cleaned up here, then we'll go underneath and start using our little template that comes with the Tortoise turnouts and get them screwed in underneath. Alright, got the first Tortoise temporarily placed underneath this turnout right here. You can see my little wire right there. I ended up having to get some other wire, piano wire, a little bit thicker too. So in order to use the thicker wire, you got to kind of make a little bit of a bigger hole in the Tortoise arm itself. It actually fits nicely here. I think it's 0.39, if I'm not mistaken, is the size of the piano wire I'm using there, but I've got the Tortoise underneath there. Let's go underneath and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, here we are. Got a flashlight over here just to give you a little bit more light. There you go. You can see the arm right there, and that is the thicker wire right there. I haven't got the Tortoise itself wired up right there. Because I just wanted to kind of get it in place first, and then we'll start the wiring. I am going to be doing AC power with the little dial modulate, I don't know, whatever the heck they're called. DCC guy had a video on it, and what I'm going to end up doing is having a control panel that has a light, and I'll link his video where he describes how to wire it. It's one of the methods of doing it here, and it's seems to be, at least to me, to be the simplest. So that's the way I'm going to do it here. Anyway, here we go. We're taking a look at the wires here. The two on the right here are the ones that come with the Tortoise. And this is the thicker one that I'm using. And because of that, on the Tortoise itself, it goes into that little hole right there on the arm, so you just got to kind of drill that out a little bit in order to be able to fit that inside of there. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Alright, and I'm just using a little pin drill vise thingy here. Got that hole made a little bit bigger here, so now once I get it in there, and I got to bend it and all that stuff, fits in there nicely. Alright, there we go. Got that one bent up, and that's kind of the shape it's supposed to be in. So they have a little diagram on the back of the instructions here. So you can kind of, and this is a one-to-one, so you can kind of lay it on there and get it in the general position or bend that you need. Alright, let's go ahead and install it. Alright, got it screwed in there, and you can see what it looks like. That's kind of the thing you're going for, is let me get it so you can actually see the wire, but something like that. And then I know I've got it long enough based on the last one I did there, and then it kind of clip off the end once I actually get it installed. Alright, I'm going to go work on this one, and we'll take a look at it after it's done. Actually, before I do that, I will show you do have to take the spring out of the little turnout right here. The spring's underneath there. You can kind of just barely see it here. There you go. You can kind of maybe see it. It's right inside of there, so you can see it kind of flipping back and forth. And it's not really a spring, it's just a little wire right there under some tension, and that's what causes the nice clicking motion here. But we're going to cut that out because we don't want that when we got a Tortoise. All right, so got the spring out of there, and as you can see, here's what the spring is, that little wire, and then you've got this little plate that's on the underside, and then you've got a little plastic plate on the top side right here, and that all retains that little spring in there. So now that it's gone, yeah, this thing swings back and forth nice and loose. All right, so now that we've got everything kind of configured, ready for having this thing screwed up there, they do give you a little template on the instruction plate right here. What I've done is just kind of cut it out, cut out the center hole. That's where the wire protrudes through, and then they give you the little screw points for each of the four corners right here. And what I did is just kind of put a little hole right in there, put some tape on here. I'm going to tape it right over the center of that hole, get it lined up, and then just make a little mark through these holes right here with a Sharpie. That way I can get the screws drilled in there.
All right, there you go. So that's how I'm doing it. Put the little put the template over the hole right there. You can see the big hole right there. I'll make my marks and just put a little bit of a drill in there. Drill a little hole just to start the screws, and then I can go ahead and screw that guy in just like I did this one here.
All right, guys, I got everything installed over here, or at least kind of tacked down temporarily for both turnouts. At the end of the track, it's going to be heading out to the new section, kind of just pinned down right there. And I got the two tortoises screwed into the bottom here. They're not wired up yet, but as you can see, if I throw this one, there you go. And same thing with that one right there. Looking good. So, I think this is going to be work out pretty good. I got to see that white wire right there. That's going to power. I'm going to attach that to the turnout right there just to power the outside of the track there for that turnout, or the two turnouts. Anyway, whew, I'm pooped. And I know this will be a little bit dark, but there you go. Got the turnout sitting in there. Now I got to get to wiring. Right, Benjamin? Whew. It's getting hot. I think I'll cut this as one video, and we'll continue this little tortoise adventure in part 2. Come on, Ben. Let's go get some lunch. Cool off. Ain't a good boy.